Hi everyone, I am back for the second time today. I got a lot of work done earlier and I'm gonna finish up some work after this. It's just one of those days where I need mental health breaks, so I am taking them in the form of videos, it seems, and kind of just chatting with you guys. So first things first, we are gonna be making a single serve, or we're gonna be attempting a single serve M&M cookie. I've never made this specific recipe, so I'm super excited to make it with you guys. Hopefully it works out well. The only few things we're gonna need is some flour, some sugar, M&Ms. You can have butter or coconut oil, so it's up to you. You're gonna need a baking powder, some milk of choice. I'm using a plant-based milk, and then vanilla extract if you want. It's optional, but we will go through all of that in the carousel as we go along, and I have the recipe written down. I know it looks a little bit crazy, if you could even see it. There we go. Yeah, you probably can't read that, or I would hold it up for a screenshot, but I'll talk through it as we go. First things first, let's wash our hands and make sure we're ready to make this recipe and that everything is clean. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always on my computer and my phone all day, and then I realize that, I have to wash my hands often to make sure that germs are not spreading from all of that stuff. So it's just always a good reminder to wash your hands before you start cooking. The second thing we're gonna do is throw our oven on 350 degrees Fahrenheit and let it get hot while we are in the making process. And let's start with our flour. I linked a few different options for this flour. It's just called Gold Medal. It's a classic one. I use it all the time just because it's what I have closest to me usually, but I do really like King Arthur flour and other flours too. But all you need is a flour that's gonna be all-purpose. You could also probably try this with a gluten-free flour, but just proceed with caution because I'm not too sure. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, first thing into our bowl is gonna be 6 tablespoons of flour. And if you don't have tablespoons, you can just measure it as 6 spoons, like bigger spoonfuls, or you can do like 1/4 cup plus 2 spoonfuls. Hope that helps. I think that was 3. This should be 4, 5. And just for context, each tablespoon you want it to be super flat, okay? 6. So now we have our flour in here. You can set that flour aside. There is a chance we might need a touch more later on, but we will see based on the consistency. So go through those options if you're interested in going to get that flour, Gold Medal, all-purpose flour. If not, whatever flour you have on hand will do the job, as long as it's all-purpose, most likely would be your best bet. But again, you can try to use a gluten-free or maybe like a oat flour, also gluten-free, but you know what I'm saying. If you don't have like a specific gluten-free box or bag. All right, so the second ingredient we're gonna go in with is coconut sugar. If you do not have coconut sugar, no big deal. You can use 2 tablespoons of brown sugar for this, or you can just substitute with white sugar, okay? But we're gonna go in with 2 tablespoons. This is what coconut sugar looks like. Very, very similar to brown sugar, but it does differ in terms of how it helps the cookie to spread. But now we have 6 tablespoons white flour and 2 tablespoons coconut sugar. I'm using the Organic Traditions brand, and that almost went down. It would have been bad. You can set that aside now, and we're gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of regular sugar. But again, if you don't have coconut sugar, no worries. You can just do 3 tablespoons of this type of regular sugar, or you can substitute the coconut with brown sugar. And you're just gonna get a nice big helping, pour it in there. And this is just the classic Domino's sugar. I linked a few different options for this as well. Obviously, that's probably the most accessible to most people in most grocery stores or convenience stores. So I just linked a few things, a few options that you might be interested in trying. And then we're gonna go in with a little bit of baking powder. You don't need a tablespoon. I'm literally just gonna go in, because it's a single serve, obviously you don't need too much. I'm gonna go in with like that amount. You could even do a little bit less than it, but I feel that should suffice. So this is the baking powder I grew up on using. I've always had this in my house. I'm sure many of you have too. And once you get used to the cute little cover, it's just kind of hard to go back. So this is what I use. So now we have all our dry ingredients in this bowl. Let's mix it up so everything is stirred in and really thorough in itself. And again, right now we just have 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, 1 tablespoon of regular sugar, and a little bit of baking powder. I'm gonna go down my list and make sure I check everything off so we don't do anything twice. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the wet ingredients, which is our coconut oil, or you can use butter. It's also our plant-based milk or regular milk, and our vanilla extract if you want. And just make sure that all the sugar is combined in your bowl with the flour, okay? You don't wanna have like any chunks of sugar anywhere. It should really just be one complete thing. You're going to need to get another bowl though, so go ahead and do that really quickly. We're gonna be using this. I'm gonna be taking 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and it doesn't need to be melted in this case, but I'm definitely going to soften it a bit. Or actually, this one's pretty soft. It stays really close to our oven, so I think it just like stays really soft and doesn't condense even though it's winter. But yeah, you know, just roughly estimate 2 tablespoons. And yeah, mine is like really soft, so I'm able to mash it down, as you can see. So I don't think I need to melt it, but if yours is like really condensed, then you might want to go ahead and do that. I am going to personally just go ahead and put it back into where the dry ingredients are. I was gonna melt it in this extra one, but I guess you don't need to unless your coconut oil is really condensed. If it's butter that you're using and it's really cold, you're obviously gonna want to soften it up a bit in the microwave, so you can do that in a separate bowl and then pour it in with the bowl of flour. And this part is always a little bit more difficult because coconut oil can be a little bit sticky and hard to work with, so just bear with me. So we have the 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in there. I haven't mixed it up yet. And then we're gonna go in with like 1 to 2 tablespoons of oat milk, or whatever milk you have on hand, or you can even use water. I'm just gonna do 2 of these right now, and if I need any more, we'll go in with that after. Now I'm gonna mix, and I'm gonna kind of slowly and softly, as if it was the same with butter when you make a normal recipe. You just wanna combine it so that the flour and the sugar starts to just stick with the actual coconut oil and form a dough. It's gonna take a little bit of time, and we might need a little bit more water, but just keep working with it. Get as much of it sticking together as possible. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not doing well with my words today. I've had such a long week, I feel like. But yeah, you'll see it slowly coming together, okay? It's slowly condensing. And for anyone who just joined, we are making a single serve M&M cookie, and I will go over the ingredients so far in just 1 second once I get this all combined. And if you're not a fan of M&Ms, you don't need to throw M&Ms in this cookie. You could do chocolate chips. You could do walnuts if you want. You could do, what else? Raisins. You could do nothing if you want, just more of like a just plain cookie. I don't know, there's plenty of options that you can throw in here if you don't want M&Ms or if you don't have M&Ms. So now this is definitely coming into a more of a cookie texture. It is a little bit rough, so I'm gonna do a splash more of the plant-based milk. But guys, you don't wanna make it too doughy to the point where it's more of a clay consistency. We don't want that. We just want it to be like a normal cookie consistency. And you know what? Right in the meantime, just pour in some vanilla extract, and we'll mix that all around. Again, the plant-based milk that I am using is this Planet Oat milk. I actually recently started using this one, and I love it. It's like super thick and really good and just does the job. I don't know, I have no complaints about it. Mix, mix, mix. Like I said, this part is not always fun. Feels like you're really getting in there and having to dig in deep. But just use a spoon and kind of just slowly go through it, flatten it out. It will start to look more and more like this. which is good because we want a general cookie consistency like that. And then once you think you have yours all done, you can start prepping a baking tray, baking sheet, whatever you want. Doesn't have to be a big one since this is just a single serve. For anyone who just joined, this was the coconut oil we used too. Organic Traditions as well, raw coconut oil. And the vanilla extract I use is this brand. So I linked 2 different options for you. One of them is big and one of them is a little bit smaller, I believe. Okay, so guys, the recipe we're doing is 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I said you can try to sub for a gluten-free flour, but I'm not too positive if it will come out as perfect. 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar. If you don't have coconut sugar, just use brown sugar or regular white sugar. Then another tablespoon of regular white sugar, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or butter softened, and also some baking powder in there. Just eyeball it a little bit. It's only 1 cookie. And then 1 to 2, I used about 3 tablespoons of milk myself, but if you need less, you'll need less. But the recipe that I'm following called for 1 to 2. I used about 3. We did a splash of vanilla extract, and then we're gonna go in with M&Ms because I'm making an M&M cookie. But again, it's totally up to you what you guys want to make. So my oven is on 350. It actually just beeped, so it's ready to go, which is awesome. I'm gonna throw about a tablespoon of chocolate chips into here and mix that around. And then I'll probably throw just a few more on top because that always looks good when baking. I have mini M&Ms. You don't have to have mini M&Ms. You don't even have to have M&Ms like I said. But that's what I'm using. I'm on an M&M baking like little kick right now. So I've really been loving just like making recipes with M&Ms. And this is what my batter looks like. It looks really good, like a traditional cookie, and it's pretty big. So let's go ahead and get our tray. This is mine. I used to link these in all my videos because I love these trays, and it comes in a 3 set. It's from Bino, B-I-N-O, from Amazon, and unfortunately this speckled one has been like sold out for so long, probably because they're so cute. But yeah, one more time, wash your hands. You don't even need to use soap. Just do a little rinse this time. So we washed before, and now just scoop up your whole big dough. It's gonna be a nice big cookie. Form it into a ball, or you know, this type of thing. And then you're just gonna plop it right on. And this cookie is supposed to be like a thicker, big cookie. So plop it on. You don't need to flatten it out too much, but I did a little bit of this for the top. I wanna make sure it stays in a circular pattern. And then for me, you know what, I don't even need to put any M&Ms on top because it kind of looks cute just like this. But if you guys feel like your chocolate chips are hidden, or you want to take a picture of this recipe, sometimes it's nice to have like some extra on top to garnish. But again, mini M&Ms, they have been so clutch for baking lately. It's like been amazing. All right, so this is what our cookie looks like before it goes into the oven. If you want more of a flatter cookie, you can press it down a little bit more. I'm gonna do just a little bit more because I like a big cookie, but I know this one's gonna puff up a bit. So last look before it goes in the oven, and we're gonna pop it in here for at least 10 minutes, but it might need a bit more. So just keep that in mind, okay? And then in the meantime, I wanna show you what it comes out with because again, guys, this is my first time making this recipe too. It could be a hit, it could be a miss, but I wanna show you while we're still on. So in the meantime, I'll just do a little cleaning up. Maybe you guys will do the same. If anyone has questions about what I'm making right now, please let me know. You can ask in the chat. I'm just gonna load the dishwasher briefly. Oh, look at this, a little wheel. I'm gonna have to attach that later on. All right, so let's put everything away. Our flour, our baking powder, everything has a spot. It's really nice when you like finally move out of your house and like you can just choose where all your stuff goes. I don't know about you guys, but it is such a good feeling. Like everything has a home, everything just kind of like safe in its own little spot. Our milk goes in the fridge. Vanilla goes down here. wrong spot. When I talk too much, I literally get distracted and I'm like, don't even know where I am. Mini M&Ms. This is like our whole baking drawer down here. Maybe one day we'll do like a little video of how much stuff we have in there because we have like all the essentials when we need to bake because we do it so much. All right. So, cleaner counters. And I hope everyone's having a good day. If anyone's interested, I did a bathroom little haul of products I use every day earlier today. So that's up and that's live if you guys are interested to watch it. It also kind of has to do with the organization of a bathroom, which is really helpful sometimes because I know it's hard to just like organize a bathroom. We have someone saying hello, hi there. Hope you're having a good night. We are making a single serve cookie for anyone who did not know. It is M&M style right now, but you guys are free to add chocolate chips or anything else you might like. And we'll wash those dishes later. But I would just make sure I like clean up right after I'm done cooking because if I don't, it's just like, what else am I doing? I'm just waiting or I'm on my phone and it's just a good little time to kind of like relax. Like something's in the oven, you have a few minutes to yourself, just do a little cleanup. And I don't know, it always feels like by the time it comes out of the oven, it was like 2 seconds. But again, guys, for anyone new here, I am Lex. I do an Amazon Live page. It is essentially called Health with a Crunch because that is also my name over on Instagram and TikTok, but mostly Instagram. And I share all things health. Really what my name means, Health with a Crunch, is that you know, health doesn't have to look one way. It can be flexible, it can be fun, it can be happy, it can be crunchy, it can be everything you want it to be and anything you want it to be. And health looks different for everyone. And that's the best part, but I just love sharing kind of like my journey, where I've come so far, not only with food and recipes, but with mental health. And then on Amazon Live, I've been lucky enough to kind of expand on that and show how like I live, what clothes I like to wear to make me feel good, what products I like to use to make me look and feel good, and then just like, what are some daily things that I do? What are some daily things I have in my house? It's just been an awesome way to kind of like expand on my platform and connect with more people, and also just try new things. Like it's super, super fun trying on different clothes for you guys and showing what I picked out on Amazon and what I found on a TikTok trend and like finally got in the mail. Like it's just really fun and I've been having a great time. So if anyone's curious in following that journey, give me a follow below and you can check out not only my Amazon Lives, my Amazon storefront. I have organized it like crazy so that when people are looking for certain things, they can hopefully find it. And I have quite a bit of stuff on there that I have literally in my house and use literally every day or very often. So I can always answer questions if anyone has. Obviously, after an Amazon Live goes down or like gets published, you can't ask a comment or make a comment anymore. But you can always message me on Instagram because I can always help answer questions there, even if it's about Amazon. But yeah, today we're chilling, we're cozy vibes like always. I wore this sweatshirt earlier today and I even had to throw on a turtleneck underneath it because it's that cold. I think it's like 30 degrees, which isn't as bad as it's been because we've been in like the 12 degrees lately. It's like terrible. But I made a trek to UPS today and to get a bagel and I was frozen, let me tell you, frozen. My toes by the time I got home were just beat up. So you need about 20 layers today if you're going anywhere. And now it's nighttime, at least here on the East Coast. So if you're going outside, stay warm. If you're on the West Coast, you might be warm regardless. So jealous, peace to you guys. Get your oven mitt out so you can check on this guy in a bit. Again, we always like to highlight this. Oh, we got a fuzz here. This mitt that I got made of myself. Actually, someone reached out to me at the time, like a few years ago, and was like, I make mitts with pictures on it. Do you want one? And send a funny picture. So I sent this myself, and now I have this, and I love it. It's funny, and it makes for good conversation when we're waiting for things to be made. We got about 5 minutes left on the clock. If you want to, you can put the oven light on. Where is my oven light? You do not want to open the oven, okay? Because then the heat comes out. And hi, 2 people saying hi. Hi guys, hopefully you're having a good day. Thanks for tuning in. We are making a single serve M&M cookie. It's currently in the oven. We just threw on the light and we're gonna check it out. Look at yours if you're making a long. Yeah, mine is expanding like so much, which is what I love. And hey girl, hey, hi everyone. Yeah, Yum is right. I'm so excited. I love M&M cookies. M&M everything, honestly. I made M&M pancakes the other day, phenomenal. But I just love single serve cookies. They're really, really easy to kind of make. And it's like a simple treat. You don't need to worry about like overeating like 500 cookies. You just eat one cookie and you're good. Yeah, my mitt, it's hysterical, I know, thank you so much. And hi Lillian, that's so nice to say. Yeah, so we are just giving it a few more minutes. Everyone's cookie, depending on like how big it is. Sometimes recipes just come out flexible or different for other people. So you might need a little bit more time, you might need a little bit less time. So please look at your cookie. And for the newcomers that just joined, let me read you again the recipe. Sorry, can't even think anymore. And I keep banging into my dishwasher and it's like making this squeak noise, sorry. All right, so one more time. Here's our recipe. 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I thought I just saw something on my face, okay. 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar or brown sugar in replace. 1 tablespoon of regular white sugar, okay? Or you could do 3 tablespoons altogether of just white sugar. That should probably be fine too. I feel like I keep having something on my face. What is going down? What is going on? You're so hilarious. Oh my God, thank you. Do I like Cheetos? Honestly, I don't really like Cheetos. I like flaming hot Cheetos, but regular Cheetos, not at all. And okay, sorry, you're writing this down. I apologize. Okay, let me backtrack. We got the 6 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar or brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of regular sugar. If you don't have coconut sugar or brown sugar, then you could just do 3 tablespoons of regular white sugar. You need a little bit of baking powder. Again, it's a single serve recipe, so you only need a little bit. And then 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. If you don't have coconut oil or you don't like the taste of coconut, no big deal. You can use butter that is softened. You don't want to melt the coconut oil and you don't want to melt the butter because that's going to change the consistency of the cookie itself. What is coconut sugar? Coconut sugar is literally, I'll just show you really quick. But before I do, let me just finish. So after the coconut oil or the butter, it's 2 tablespoons, you're gonna do 1 to 3, I keep doing this, sorry, 1 to 3 tablespoons of milk. I use plant-based milk and it was oat. Really doesn't matter what kind of plant-based milk you use. It could be almond, it could be anything, but you just wanna make sure that it is unsweetened and unflavored. And then a little bit of vanilla extract, and then I just threw in like a tablespoon of mini M&Ms. Again, you could use chocolate chips, anything you want. My oven is about to beep, but let's show you the coconut sugar. Okay, so I use this brand, Organic Traditions Coconut Palm Sugar. It's literally just sugar from a coconut, so it's more of a natural sugar that is supposed to metabolize in your body a little bit. Guys, I literally am making things up, but I feel like I keep seeing like a bug on my face and it's bugging me out. Okay. It's probably these glasses right now. They're blue light glasses and sometimes they have like spots in different directions. Okay, anyways, this is the coconut sugar. It looks really similar to brown sugar, but again, it spreads really different. So just be considerate of that. But again, it's supposed to be like lower on the glycemic index. So it's supposed to not spike your insulin when you use it compared to regular sugar. So hopefully that helps. Oh, good. Hopefully that answered your questions. I would love to do a giveaway and I will probably do it, but probably more on, actually I could do it on Amazon Live, but maybe on my Instagram, we'll see. But that's the coconut sugar. Let me give a quick look into my oven because that was 10 minutes. Mine still needs a little bit. She's looking really good and she's getting really puffy. Look at her. All right, we'll give that just a second. But I'm gonna put it in for like 2 to 3, possibly 4 more minutes, just because that middle center still needs a little bit of time to actually cook. And now we see the bug on my face. Great, great. It's no longer here if it was there in the first place, so we're good to go. And then yeah, guys, the bowl I used before was just a plain white basic bowl. And also I linked the tablespoons that I was using. I'm not going to take this out because it's like gross, But yeah, so these are the bowls, these are the tablespoons. I like the way these tablespoons are just like flatter because they're able to scoop up and like keep things flat enough. I hope that helps make sense, where if it's like a little bit deeper, sometimes it's just harder to get it in there. And then the ring light I'm using is obviously behind me, so you cannot see it, but it does wonders, and yeah, I love it. I use it every day. There's like a few different settings on it. It's either blue or golden, and it really kind of depends what vibe I'm going for. Like right now, I'm using a blue light. If I was in my room and had more of like a window access and wanted to like go off that light, it would be golden. So kind of just depends where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm making, etc. And yeah, the cookie's coming along good. Hopefully your cookies are coming out too. Remember that when you do make cookies, you are able to take them out earlier, a little bit earlier than when they're fully cooked, and then keep them on the stovetop on the pan itself so it fully cooks, and it will like kind of keep the heat from the pan and be okay. So yeah, that works. Just gonna give it 2 more seconds or 2 more minutes, and if you guys already have been making this along with me, make sure that you take it out maybe a little bit sooner, or just keep an eye on yours because it might be on a different range. And yeah, thanks to everyone for commenting and interacting. Hopefully you guys got something out of this video or wrote down the recipe, and yeah, I had a great time being here. Hopefully this cookie ends up being really good. I was super excited about it all day. Just wanted to try something new, you know, and that's it. So 30 more seconds and then we're gonna head out. Get your mitt ready if you're with me. And I'm gonna personally let mine cook a little bit longer on the stovetop, like I said, which just means that this heat from here will help keep the cookie hot and keep the cookie continue to bake. But it definitely looks like it's ready to be taken out. You can see the difference that it has coconut sugar in it by those specks compared to brown sugar, but it looks really, really good, really big too. Yes, it does look amazing. Thank you very much. So again, I'm gonna leave this for like a minute or two to cool. It will definitely help the center of the cookie get a little bit like just crispier. And then I'm going to enjoy it for dinner. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I am going to head out now. Give me a follow if you're interested in seeing more videos, or stay connected with me on my Instagram, and